Well, the type of student that we're really looking for is someone that has a passion for movement, whether that's through fitness or through dance or through sports, or they love to run marathons or triathlons. Those are the people that we want to bring in. People that are really passionate about movement, that understand the meaning and importance of being physically active for life. Those are the people that we want to train to then become physical education teachers.
Hey, so I'm here today to talk a little bit about health and physical education as a potential career for you. So if we look at health and physical education overall, there's a lot of negative stereotypes that have been thrown around. There's a lot of myths out there that people have talked about what a traditional health and physical education teacher is. And now at Mason, we do things very differently. That's not the stereotypical PE teacher that we're looking to recruit or looking to produce. And then when we talk about health and PE as a legitimate career option for a fulfilling lifelong career, there are a lot of myths out there. And so when I give these presentations to classes, I talk about coming out and busting those myths. So the first one, and we'll go over these individually, the first one is that teachers make no money. The second one is that you're stuck in one career. 185, which we'll go back to later on in this presentation. And then the fact that teachers' lives are boring, or that PE as a major is just playing games. So the pitch for being a health and PE teacher is really about why you want to do that. And a lot of the most joyous parts about this profession is that you can actually go in and make a lasting impact on youth. The health and PE teachers in elementary, middle, and high school are teaching students concepts that they're going to use for the rest of their lives. It's really about promoting lifetime wellness and lifetime physical activity. And you have a stimulating undergraduate experience that you're out of your seat, you're moving, you're putting programs together, you're going into schools and teaching youth, working in after-school programs. There are other benefits as well. It's a great career, teaching in general, to have a work-life balance, having the summer months off. If you choose to start a family sometime in your life, you have that summer off that you normally would be spending an additional 3 months at work that you can spend with your family. The salary and the benefits in retirement are really good across the board. Again, state dependent on salaries and benefits, but here in Virginia, they're very well compensated. A lot of people that are going into the gig economy, going into individual jobs, being hired as contractors, they don't come with benefits. So I know teachers that with their families together, the benefits come up to almost $30,000 in benefits and retirement every single year, in addition to what they would be getting in their salary. And just having that passion to be with students every single day and having a dynamic work environment. So the first real big myth is that school is all playing games. And at Mason, we definitely do not agree with that. The health and physical education degree is a rigorous program. We are in the School of Education, and the College of Education is ranked in that top 100 in the Shanghai rankings. And for people that don't really care about or know about these rankings, the main point here is those are international level rankings. So we're within the top 100 colleges within the world in education. And in the nation, Mason just rose into the top 50, which is really great considering we've only been around since the 70s, and we're competing against universities that have been around for over 100 years. So Mason's a really great place to be at for education. So other things that we do, we have a Peet Society, which is a physical education, teacher education society. It's a student-led group. They do a bunch of fundraisers, they do some community service. We present at the state conference, we'll present at the national conference. So you're getting experience right away out of the undergraduate. They have social gatherings. We provide different scholarship options through there. It's a great resume builder. We run an after-school program that's aligned with our Fed department at 2 local schools in the local school districts that our undergraduate students go in and get teaching experience before they go out for their student teaching. And then we have some study abroad options as well that gets you kind of looking at the international scope of physical education. So the next myth is that teachers make no money. And that's not really true. Again, there are different states in this country that do struggle with this, but when we look at a starting salary, it's very comparable to what normal starting salaries are. And again, if you're going into business consultation or things like that, no, we can't compete, but that's not the type of student that we're recruiting, right? So when you start off, so I'll show you the local school districts around the George Mason campus, so Fairfax, where we are. You start off at $50,000 a year with 0 experience with a bachelor's degree. You start off with 50, and you can see here as you're going across, you get a $5,000 pay increase as soon as you go in for your master's degree, which we also offer at Mason. But as you're going through in your years of experience in these step systems, which are a little different by county or by school district, but you can see here when you're in the system for a while, these numbers with your master's degree is about $84,000, $90,000, which isn't a terrible salary for to live in this area. This is just to show Prince William salaries. They're at the same. You start off with that $49,000 in Arlington County. It's just a tiny bit lower, but they make up around the same time when you're going into your master's degree, right? And currently we're in one of the biggest teacher shortages in the United States. So there are a lot of jobs open. Almost all of our graduates that are going in and wanting to teach, all of them are getting jobs. So there's a lot of options in the state, out of the state, to go find really good, solid employment. So the other myth is that you're stuck in this one career. And it might be a little bit hard to see the numbers here, but just in general, you know, if you do end up going for your master's degree in educational administration, or you get a principal's license, or you move forward to an assistant principal, you can see here levels 1 to 7, level 1 being an elementary assistant principal, and level 7 being a deputy superintendent, which is very few jobs available for those because there are not a ton of them. But if you look at even a high school principal level 5, the minimum number of dollars, you're making $94,000 and you're maxing out at $154,000. You know, there's a lot of other additions. You can go into coaching, you can be a department chair, you can teach summer school, you can teach extra classes. So if you're fiscally motivated, there are ways to make money in this. And again, not every state is the same, but right around here in Northern Virginia, there are really good options. In my experience in California, I know teachers that have been granted for 15, 20 years, but they're clearing $120,000. I know a colleague of mine who is in New York, and he makes well over $100,000 teaching elementary school. So again, you put the years in, you get there, you live in a more expensive area, you get there, but overall, we want to bust this myth that teachers make no money. Right? The other options are you can go into different career options, right? So a lot of people who come into university settings, they choose to go into kinesiology or personal training goals, right? So our kind of pitch to that is get your minor in kinesiology, or get your undergraduate degree with a license to teach health and physical education, so at least you have that when you want to settle down or do something a little bit different. And again, you can do this on the side as well. A lot of our graduates have moved on to different careers, or they do supplemental stuff. We talked about having summers off. There's a great opportunity to work in summer camps and make some extra money. Activities director, running after-school programs. There's also a chance or opportunity for you, once you get your undergraduate degree and licensure, that you can get a multiple subject teacher endorsement. So you can go in and take the test for math and be half time in the math classroom and half time in physical education. Mason, we do offer a health and physical education degree, so you are licensed to teach both, so you could potentially be teaching health education full-time if that is a job that's available for you. Or you can look at being a director of sports. So one of our graduates is at the Freedom Center and is the director of programming there. So it's not just getting into health and physical education as a teacher all the time. There are other options, and there are other supplemental things. So if you have the evenings, afternoons, summers off, some of my students, when I taught at Southern California, they were surf instructors over summer. They were coaching, they were doing scuba instruction or yoga. My yoga teacher at Freedom Center is a elementary teacher, and then she teaches 2 days of yoga after she gets off of work. So these are things that you're being trained to do and teach a variety of things, and not just specifically to health and physical education in the school setting. Now that is our goal, that's what we want to train you for, but there are other options. And the other thing is, it's not all playing games, and we'll show you really quickly here about what it would look like if you were to be at Mason as a health and PE major. So you see the Mason core, this is everybody that comes to Mason, they have to take these classes. So that's basically your general education. If you look at your pre-bachelor's in health and physical education, now you're looking at literacy and curriculum integration. You have exercise physiology, introduction to school health, field and innovation games. And then once you get through into your BSED status, so you have to pass a few licensure tests, and then you'd be going into taking these more methods courses. So health education methods, elementary methods, middle and high school methods, and then adapted physical education, and finally your student teaching seminar. So all of this is available online, and you're welcome to go through that. And I just also wanted to show you what a 4-year, so a first-time freshman would look like. You can see these, and we have it all mapped down. So you're getting into your classes right away in your major, not waiting until junior, senior year to pack it all in. So we want to have you in that major for a significant amount of time. And then if you're looking into a transfer, it's a 2.5-year transfer plan, or if you've already gotten your Mason core and you're at Mason, what you're able to do now is go through and do it in 2.5 years, with your student teaching being that last part. Now the only difference that we have now on these is that we have moved to the Fairfax campus. All of our classes are on the Fairfax campus. So we have some hybrid classes that you'll take half of that online and meet for a Monday, Wednesday class, only for the Wednesday portion in class. We have some fully online options. So we're getting very flexible to suit the needs of our students. But you can find this stuff online or talk to any of the counselors. So the 185 that I talked about earlier, and again, this is not the reason why we want to recruit you into teaching. We want to recruit passionate people who are passionate about nutrition and health and physical activity and movement. But you have 185 days a year to make a difference in students' lives. And that leaves a lot of time for people who are very family oriented or want to raise families. It helps a lot in finding that work-life balance. So how to take a next step. If you're looking at or interested in this, contact me, contact Dr. Vanville, contact Ms. Kraut, Ms. Norden, any of the faculty that we have in the department that are teaching those core classes. If you want, next semester, enroll in one of our introductory classes, all right? So we don't have any prerequisites for our basic entry-level classes, so the basic methods course, then field and invasion games or net and target games, the HEAL 110 or HEAL 250. These are online courses that you can take that will really get you into that health and get to know our instructors, right? Give us a shot, check out some of our classes, see if that major is for you, all right? We do have a specific academic advisor for physical education students. It's Linda Kraut, that's her email there. You can call her in on her office line. You can go in and find our information on the website as well. And then we do have our Facebook and our Instagram pages up, and you can follow us online. All right, so if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. I will go into a little bit about some NOVA transfers. If you are looking to transfer, the next steps, we do have an advanced pathway, so you should go in to see your NOVA counselors. You gotta apply for guaranteed admissions with your degree, and again, talk to your NOVA counselor about this. They're very well informed. Some of the coursework that's going to directly transfer into our major, you'll see Bio 141, Bio 142, Health 110, RPK 120, and 265, plus 9 credit hours of electives. So if you are early on in your NOVA career, look for those because you can transfer some of those into our major, which will save you some time and help you out. Right? So I'll briefly go in, this is the last thing that I'll cover, is the guaranteed admission for admissions agreement, and you can see it right here. So if you are in a NOVA community college, we do have a guaranteed admission program. If you carry your part, then we go in and get you into our program. And you can see this all online, but basically that you're graduating from VCCS college, you have a 2.85 cumulative GPA, you meet these March 1 or October 1 transfer deadlines, so make sure that you get those deadlines down. You have the 3 required courses, you have at least 30 credit hours at VCCS, and then you earn a grade no lower than C in any of the VCCS courses. So again, we'd love to have you at Mason. If you have any contact questions, just let us know. Thanks.